G'day guys, how's it going? Alright, so what we're doing in this is we're going to make a penny stove. So for those that don't know what a penny stove is, basically it's a poor man's version of a Trangia or AEST alcohol burning stove. Now, I've never made one of these before. Looks really simple. For YouTube penny stove or alcohol DIY alcohol burning stove, there is plethora of them out there. I'm going to have a go at it. Jerry and Jennifer from Tulsa, Oklahoma in the United States sent me an email saying, telling me about them, which I'd already known about them, and some of them, he sent me some pictures and even a video of his actually running. So it's inspired me to get out here and give it a go. It's really cold out here. Yeah, so in Kangaroo Flat, it's currently 3.9 degrees Celsius. Feels like 2.3, feels like bloody zero. Okay, so to make this, all we need are two Coke cans is what I've got. I'll bring you over. Now there's many different ways of making this and how you make it and adding bits and pieces, but I'm using two Coke cans. I've got a blade, a little tack, pair of pliers and some cotton wool. As I go through, I'll explain maybe some of the different ways that you can do it. Do you think the dog's comfortable? Are you comfortable? Are you nice and warm in there? Now, before we get into that, another reason why I want to do this is in the last video, which was about this AEST alcohol burning stove, I made this little DIY pot stand and I put out there and I said, so there's no reason, you can't say I don't have enough money to go and do this stuff because I've got to buy all this expensive stuff. And so I've made that. So I thought, I've challenged myself, that's what I've done, and today I went out and bought a few things which you can just see over there. So what my little challenge to myself is that I want to jump on a bike and I want to go and camp for the night and be able to do a breakfast and dinner and lunch and all that kind of stuff and have cups of coffees, what you would normally do, but do it on the really cheap. So I'm not too sure whether I'll do it on the postie bike because the postie bike's a cheap thing, or does the motorbike really matter? It's just all the gear that goes with it. So, and that will include like a bag to carry all the bits and pieces in. I won't use my Wolfman all my expensive bloody bags and all that kind of stuff. So today, just quickly, I went and got a sleeping bag. I've got a cheap tent, a cheap bloody self-inflating mattress, and so I want to start making all the cookware bits and pieces, and that's why we're doing this penny stove. And then I'll obviously do a video and see how cheap I can actually do it, and if it all pretty well functions and, you know, get away with it. All right, let's get into this build. Rightio guys, so the first thing we've got to do is our two Coke cans have to have the bottoms cut off, and they are to be equal size, and then the top parts just get thrown away, so we only want the bottom part. Now the way that I'm going to cut it, now you can cut it with, you could poke a hole in it and then get scissors and cut around it. I've seen people put one of these blades. Now this block of wood here is 35 millimeters thick, and that's going to be a perfect size for cutting these. So I'm going to put this new blade on here. I'm going to use a screw just to screw that in there to hold it steady, just to make it easy. You don't have to do that. And then I'm going to grab this, and you'll see it happening as it happens. We're just going to keep turning that around and cut it off, so it'll be bloody straight as straight. Rightio guys, so I've got that firmly attached there. So now all I've got to do is get the Coke can and have it so it goes across there and push it against that blade. And now hopefully, if I just go around and around, so I've got to be careful not to push too hard, it starts to bite into it. And apparently you don't have to have it cut all the way through straight away, because as you push on this, apparently it will just eventually give way. But I've got to fight my urge not to push hard.
Rightio guys, so I reckon I should be able to just do this. Oh, look at that. Beautiful.
Rightio guys, so I saved you from doing the second one, so now I've got the two bottoms. The two tops can now get thrown away. The blade and this bit of wood can get taken away. Rightio, so I've cleaned up my mess. We've got our two bottoms, and what we've got to do is join these together, as in one goes into the other. Now to do that, the easiest way is to get the pair of pliers and just crimp all the way around one of these, so that that will then be able to fit over and we can squash them together. Now when I'm squashing it together, I've got to be very careful that I don't over squash it and then split one of the cans, because that would be bad. Now you can do it with nothing in there, so that these are empty, or I've seen it both ways. Or you could put something like cotton balls, which is what I'm going to use to put in there. I don't know the real reason for it, or if there's a benefit to doing it or not to doing it. Some people put insulation, so house insulation, that itchy stuff, put that in there as well. Now I know Jerry and Jennifer, he mentioned insulation in it, so I'm going to go with that. Cool. Let's get into crimping.
Alright, so hopefully all I've got to do is grab that and then just turn it a little bit like that, just going around. We don't want to do it all the way down, just the top part. Alright, hopefully that will do the trick. Just see whether that's going to make that easy. And yes it is, look at that. Cool, I won't do that just yet.
Rightio guys, so don't need the pliers anymore. Alright, that's just going to leave me with this little pin left. So now we've got to put some of this stuff in here. So this is going to be the bottom part. So obviously I had way too much. I think that's all I'm going to... Oh, should I put... Oh, I might squeeze another one in there. There you go. So 3 cotton balls in there. Now let's see if we can get this all on without splitting the can. I'll bring you down closer at it.
Rightio, here we go. Just like that. You guys can still see that? Yep. Come just nice and gently push it all down. Now I'll just put it down there flat. Hopefully you guys can see that. Just gently push down. Oh, jeez. It gets a bit scary. I don't want the bloody thing to split. So I've got a bit of a lip. I don't know if that's... that should be alright. Yeah, I reckon that's met. That's pretty good. So the 35mm bit of wood seems to do a really good job so that they meet pretty nice.
Rightio guys, so this is where we're at to. So now what we've got to do is use this little pin to poke all the burner holes all the way around there. Now you can measure it all up and be very precise and all that kind of stuff. I think I'm just going to eye it and poke these holes, which I'll show you. But we've also got to put some holes. The general, from what I've seen on the YouTube, is they have 1 in the center and then 4 on either side, just down there in the middle. And what that's for is when you pour your methylated spirits in there, it drains in and fills this up. And then of course it will burn out here. Now why they call this a penny stove is when you pour all your fuel in there, you actually stick a penny to cover those holes that are in there. I don't have a penny. I'm going to use a Australian 10-cent piece, which has the lyrebird on it. The Australian lyrebird. I don't know if you can see that. or if that's upside down. I don't have my short lookers on. If you don't know what a lyrebird is, get on YouTube and do a search for lyrebird. You'd be really cool to hear what they can do. They'll mimic anything. They'll mimic a chainsaw, a mobile phone, plethora of other birds. They're very, very clever.
Alright, so we're going to put these holes in, and I'm just going to guess that that is the middle there, and I'm going to punch a hole in it. There you go, one hole, and then we'll just do another lot around it. I don't really think this matters what configuration or how you do it. This design seems to be what everybody likes to use. So there's our holes for the fuel to drain into it, and then this will sit over it like that, and then you'll light it. Cool, now we've got to do the holes around here. Rightio, let's go. So I'm presuming I just punch there. There. I'm pretty sure it's just in this crease is where, if you can see that, in that crease there is where I'm doing it. Last one. Beautiful.
Rightio guys, don't need me little pin anymore. So there you go. So there is 16 holes that go all the way around that, and then there's the 5 in the middle. Cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a bit of sandpaper and just run this all over it, smooth it all, get rid of all the red, get rid of all that writing in there. I don't know, try and make it look a little bit cool. Rightio, bit of sandpaper. Start taking that stuff off. So hopefully, it shouldn't take me too long to do it. Okay, this might be the hardest part of it. It's not hard, it's just going to take a bit of time to do it. I'll come back to you. Alright guys, so after a whole heap of sanding, I have cleaned up as much as I'm going to worry about. But there you go. That's it. So, let's see if the bloody thing works.
Alright guys, you can see that there, just a bit of tin foil. So for this to work, you've got to prime it, so we'll be able to pour some methylated spirits in here and then light that up, and then that'll then get this going. Cool, so let's get the methylated spirits in. Rightio, so I think that should be enough. Pour some in here. Get that lit. Put that on top. And hopefully that's going to work. Now I'm just going to turn some of these lights off. Look at that, it's already going. Now once all this outer stuff's gone, it'll be just that top bit. Oh, I forgot about me penny. Ah. Don't forget to put the penny on there. Oh, geez, that's hot. Look at that, it's like a birthday cake. That's cool as. Alright, so now what we've got to do is see if we can, I've got a cup of water here. So I use my homemade DIY pot stand. Put my cup of water on there. And I'm going to set a stopwatch and see how long. I reckon that's the perfect size for that cup. So what I might do now is I'll grab my little homemade windshield and I'll whack that around it. Beautiful. Rightio guys, I'll come back to you when it's nearly boiling. Because I tell you what guys, the hotter that thing gets, the bigger those bloody flames get going. Just open that up a little bit. Yeah, so that just shows you how well these having that windshield going around it, because it was getting so hot in there, just intensified those flames. Like if I do that again. Yeah, it just burns. Look at that, just starts going up and up and up. Cool, so we don't need that. You can already see the water's starting to do some stuff there. What are we at? 3 minutes. Well, there you go guys, that's just started boiling. Geez, that came to a boil pretty quick. So what do we got? Bloody hell, 4 minutes, that's crazy. So that did that faster than the Trangia and the bloody AEST. Fantastic. Well, there you go, guys. That's the penny stove. I had an absolute ball making that. It was really easy to do. Cost me nothing. Don't think it... No, it cost me 10 cents. That's what it bloody cost me. That boiled up that water, no worries. Now, obviously, this is no comparison to an AEST or a Trangia one. You know, you've got that cap, and it's got a simmer ring and all that kind of stuff, and you can carry it with you. This, I mean, I could put that out somehow, I suppose. Hang on, let's just see if we can put that out before I go. But I would think you'd get to know how much you'd use and only put that amount of fuel and then let it burn out dry, because obviously we've got to carry this. So move that out the way. Let's do it the Mark Victor way. Whoop. No. No. Bloody bastard. There you go. Crazy. Oh, that made me bloody glove hot. Cool. Alright guys, that's it. So remember, I'm going to do that whole cheap camping thing, but I'll mostly talk about that in Man Cave Tuesday when I do that. Oh, remember guys, keep on riding, and if you ain't riding, keep on keeping on.